This is How Far, where people tell us about life in the diaspora. Our guest today is a one-time teenage immigrant, a working professional, adulting finesser, and a soft life connoisseur. Okay, she definitely agrees with that. So, soft life connoisseur, can you tell us something that was the highlight of last week?
Wow, last week. I reconnected with an old friend.
You connected with
an old friend.
Wow. Just is there more to this?
I want to change my answer. Yes, because I don't know. Let's jump. I'll change my answer.
You want to change your answer?
Please, actually, because that's a kind of worms I'm not ready for yet.
A kind of worms. Okay, wonderful. We'll probably come back to this kind of worms. But let's assume that your life is a series or seasonal movie, stuff like that. What's the theme for this season?
Life is dynamic.
Life is dynamic. That's the
theme for this season.
That's the theme for this season.
Yes.
Life is dynamic.
Life is dynamic.
Okay. How many countries have you lived in?
Lived? Define
Yes.
lived.
Lived, at least you spent at least 3 months.
1, 2, 3.
3. Mind giving us names?
Nigeria, obviously.
Yeah.
I lived in Ghana for about a year.
Okay.
And then Canada.
Beautiful. So, why did you go to Ghana?
Ghana?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, because the plan was always to come to Canada, and then some
Canada
financial
shortcut?
issues. So I went to a Canadian school in Ghana for a year, for grade 12, and then I came to Canada.
Wow. I see that there's different parts to this thing. I didn't know that people were going to school there temporarily.
Yeah, there's a Canadian school in Waterloo, actually, that
Has a branch.
has a lot of Nigerians and Ghanaians, and so they opened a branch in Ghana.
Wow. Well, so I would say that, were you a teenager when you moved to Ghana?
Yes, I was a teenager.
Were you still a teenager when you moved to Canada?
Yes.
Were you alone in Ghana?
Yes. I didn't know anyone in Ghana.
Did you go to boarding school in Nigeria?
Yes. In Nigeria? No, that was my first time in boarding school, actually.
That was your first time in boarding school?
Yeah.
So that was the first time you were away from your parents?
Yes.
Fantastic. So, what was being a teenager like in Ghana? Or what's the difference between being a teenager in Nigeria and in Ghana?
That's interesting. So I think my answer is kind of colored by the fact that it was also my first time being in boarding school. So I don't know that my answer is specific to being in Ghana, but I also lived a very sheltered life in Nigeria. So it was the first time I was really on my own. Wow, on my own. And Ghana, and maybe it was where I lived. Ghana is okay. This is going on the internet. So let me just choose my words carefully. Ghana is, I think, a lot slower than Lagos, where I grew up anyway. So I think it was different. The vibes are very different. Ghanaians and Nigerians, I think we're like siblings. We're always kind of at each other. But so it took a minute to make friends. I did have some Nigerian friends there. And then I made some really cool Ghanaian friends. So I think it was just, there was a lot to adjust to at the same time, a new country, but also just being on my own. My mother cried when she dropped me off. So that was interesting. But
So
yeah.
what would be the difference between being a teenager in Canada and in Ghana?
Yeah, Ghana was significantly more familiar. I think so. In Canada, obviously there was a culture shock of just not being in West Africa. I also started university when I got here, and wow, I don't know if you know. Wow, no. I think it was also just the first time I felt not even like below average at school, and that was very unfamiliar for me. Like I think I never learned to study, so I was like, okay, so I have to read? Crazy. What a concept. But I was also just completely alone. Like I think in Ghana, like initially, like making friends was slow, but it happened. Because like we all still had very, very similar experiences. But here, everything was just so new, and North America can very easily make you feel isolated if you let it. So, and also the season change and like it getting dark. And
Did you come in summer?
did I what?
Did you come in summer? Did you start in summer?
No, I started in the fall. So I started. I think I arrived like at the very end of August, and then school started first week in September.
So the isolation in Ghana was not as serious as when you arrived here.
No, well, for a few reasons. When I was in boarding school and I had a roommate, so first of all, there's only, I mean, you're going to have to speak.
Right.
It's just what it is. My first roommate was so my first roommate was Ghanaian, and yeah, I think, I don't know, she's shy, and I think I'm shy too, but yeah, no, we were kind of like strangers in the same room, and then my second roommate was Nigerian, and I think that kind of helped. And then I just made other Ghanaian friends, and I think that helped.
So did anyone come to Canada? Was there anyone else coming to Canada as well?
Yeah, a few of us from Ghana.
Okay, so some of you still met here.
A lot of us were dispersed. Like some people went to like different provinces,
Right.
different cities in Ontario. I think there was one other person that came to Waterloo.
So you lived alone in Ghana, well, not completely alone, but on your own, away from your parents. Did you have to make any big decision?
In Ghana or?
Yeah, on your own.
On my no. It was mostly like, oh, what am I gonna do with my allowance? You know, like that. I was still fed. I was still like, yeah, it was boarding school, so I was still fed. I think it was just, oh, I had to fetch water, crazy. Oh, so I was still a kid in Ghana. It was still like, it felt, I think the reason it felt different was because I had never gone to boarding school, but it wasn't so far from what I guess the life a kid would be living in Nigeria. So yeah.
So you say you made your big decisions in Canada?
Oh, absolutely. I was a full-fledged adult.
What was the first one that you made? Like, how are they allowing me to do this alone?
Okay, so first of all, I came to this country alone. Let's start there. Like I was an unaccompanied minor, so I think my
fly
first
from
decision,
Ghana or from Nigeria?
From Nigeria.
Okay.
So it was transitioning from, I think it was like Amsterdam. I was like, sorry, as in you're going to let me just figure out my way to the plane? Okay. Do you know the last time I flew was when I was 10? So I flew outside of Africa anyway.
Right.
So but also I think when I got here, just like, so if I don't eat, nobody will feed me. Like if I don't cook today, it's starvation, crazy. What else? I don't know. Like even just like choosing a church. I grew up. My parents are pastors, so even like with my faith, it was kind of already prescribed. Like even in Ghana, like everybody in boarding school went to the same church at the same time. There was a bus that carried us. If you're like, don't be a Christian, you're going. So it was also just the first time that I chose my church, and also chose to go. Like if I didn't go today, who's going to beat me? Nobody. So yeah.
So coming from, let me switch over to career now. Did you when you picked your course yourself, or you studied yourself? or was it combined effort, or was it
I think it was a combined
instruction?
effort. I think it was a combined effort. I was
Combined.
kind of unsure.
Were you interested in what you were doing? What you did?
I thought I was. I thought
It
I
looked
was.
fancy.
Was it fancy?
It looked fancy before you started.
No, it wasn't even that it was fancy. It was more like I think it was very practical decision what I studied. It was like, oh, what am I
yeah,
good at?
so
What is also
more
like
practical.
yeah, what will like increase my earning potential? Like at the time I thought I liked chemistry, and quite frankly chemical engineering has nothing to do with chemistry anyway, but I thought I liked chemistry. I was like, okay, math, I hate biology, so that rules out medicine. So I guess physics, sure, chemical engineering. And also, like, I think I was going to do something else, and then my aunt, who's a doctor, she's in the professional field, she was like, no, I think you should broaden it. So it was a practical decision. I don't know that I was passionate about anything, to be honest.
That's fair. So how has it helped?
Chemical engineering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me be fair to this degree, because I am the number one chemical engineering hater. But I think getting an engineering degree from University of Waterloo has helped me more than the actual,
Degree.
I guess,
The course.
the course itself.
Just having a degree from Waterloo actually.
Yeah, I think just being in the engineering field, I currently don't really I haven't worked as a chemical engineer since like co-op. So I think the degree helps, and just being in the University of Waterloo, it helps me. I think I built a level of like resilience and tenacity that I don't know that I would have had otherwise. I think, again, because school was just kind of school, like I didn't, sounds braggy, but I didn't really try in secondary school. So I tried in university. Oh wow, nobody can tell me I tried. I think just graduating and just being in that university for 5 years, I think it taught and it forced me to gain the resiliency that I needed to actually work in the industry. I think Waterloo, quite frankly, tries to kill you, and I think, I guess, it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. So, I would say, in a broad sense, it has helped. If I had the choice to do it all over again, I would do something else, but I would still be an engineer.
Did you have other schools?
Honestly, and again, this sounds kind of arrogant. No. So when it was kind of decided that I was going to Canada, I knew I was going to study engineering, I guess. So I remember I was talking with like the travel agent, and she's like, "Oh, you should like think about University of Waterloo. Like that's where BlackBerry like started, and like it's like the best engineering school in Canada." I was like, "Okay, say less. That's where I'm going." So I remember when we were asked to like apply to other schools. Of course, I applied. Okay, I applied to schools. That was not the only school I applied to, but my mom wanted me to go to a school that was close to like some family members that I have far away, and I was like, sure. But then, thankfully, the school that I was at I won't mention the name because, anyway, the school I was at the time, they're slightly unprofessional, so they didn't send my results to them, so I ended up going to that school anyway. But University of Waterloo was going to be the school. I didn't really care about any other school.
That makes sense. So coming from, let me see, how do you balance your family's expectation? You mentioned something closely related to that. She wanted you to go to a different school that was close to family. Is there any other decision that you made that was against theirs, basically?
I would love to say so many. I think part of one of the biggest things I wanted to do differently in my 20s was start saying no to them. So I really didn't grow up knowing how to say, not even just say no, but just not be the model child. So most of growing up and just childhood in general was doing things because that was the thing to do. Like I studied chemical engineering because, well, they're like, okay, well, you like these things, and like obviously you're going to be an engineer if you're not going to be a doctor, so there's not really a choice there.
Two options.
And I was like, fair enough, you know, like, I mean, fair enough, sure. So even the choice to not go to that very specific school, the choice was made easier by the fact that choice was taken from me. Like someone made a mistake, and so I never even got admission to that school. So that ended up not having to be a big discussion. I knew I didn't want to go, and I knew that I was going to do my best not to go. But even honestly, I also tried to like make the decision to go to the University of Waterloo. I tried to pretty it up for them as well. Like I did a lot of research about co-op, and I was like, okay, well, I'll choose the stream that like ensures that I work every other term. So like I know the school costs a lot of money, but like I'll also be working. So like,
was it more expensive than the other school?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes, but then again, being an international student here is not cheap anyway. So it wasn't like there wasn't a 10 grand difference, and that I guess the degree in that school didn't have co-op. So I was like, okay, well, like, so I tried to basically still make it the good choice for them. So it didn't feel like rebelling at the time. So I don't have a lot of experience rebelling, or I didn't. And I really tried in like small and then slightly bigger ways to rebel. They sound ridiculous to people who are like professional rebels. But I had to kind of build even just the tolerance. Like I feel so I'm like saying no full stop, wow, like I feel like I have to qualify my no. So it's been a journey.
So coming from that background, there's a general script for women,
Yes,
and for African women,
yes,
and for Nigerian women. You go to school, right? And then you do what's next?
you go to school, okay, maybe you work for a few years, but you work prettily. So you work in a way that your husband can find you.
Okay.
You work with an openness, so you work you work to show that you're a responsible woman. And then by 25 you must start planning a wedding. No, for sure. And then before 30 there must be a child, preferably a boy.
Beautiful. So how have you followed that script?
Okay, I would love to say I haven't because I'm unmarried. I have in a lot of ways. Like I have a degree because, well, that was a requirement. I also worked really hard to like prove that I'm responsible and I have a job, and like I'm still following a sort of script. But I think I've really, really, really tried to interrogate how much of that script feels authentic to me. And as much as I can, within reason, obviously. I guess just asked why, or at the very least, even if like, because again, my parents they really don't entertain whys or like no. So even if I'm not directly having the conversation with them, I'm just not doing it. And I think eventually they're like, okay, I guess. I mean, it's been years. I don't know what else to say. Like, I've made some big financial decisions this year that, okay, they're gonna watch this. That it took a while to get them comfortable with, because it doesn't follow the script. Like a few steps were supposed to happen before this big financial decision happened. And they were like, okay. And in their mind, it also precludes me from making it with like a husband. So it took a while. And that was, I think them just kind of seeing that, okay, you can be uncomfortable, like it's happening anyway. I think they just sort of gave up on like complaining about it. So I feel like I followed the scripts in some ways, but I've really, 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 really tried to like entertain enough conflict to ensure that I'm not just doing it to do it.
So you say you're successful with that?
With some things. It's a work in progress. I think there are many, many fights to be had still.
There are so many more fights to be had.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
So is this about completely not following their script, or?
You would think so, right? You would think that I was doing something so outlandish, or I'm just interested in like living in such an outlandish life. I think on the scale, because they're so far on one end of the scale, and they're very conservative, they're very religious. Not even just that, I wish it was just religion, because that's an even playing field. It's like, it's a combination of like culture and like peer pressure.
Right.
They just really care about like not just what other people would think, but what other people are doing. And so if they feel like their life or their children's life does not mirror what social convention dictates, even if social convention is quite arbitrary and the goalpost is always moving,
Right.
as long as they have decided that this is the thing, it's very hard to make them budge. So I don't remember the question, but I think in general, like,
Yeah, making progress basically.
I'm making progress, but I feel kind of annoyed that like what I want sometimes aligns with what they like, because I'm just like, where's the conflict, where's the drama? Like, you think I'm doing this because of you? No, unfortunately I want this. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with all this navigation that you've been doing with life, life is dynamic, like you said.
Very so dynamic.
So in this episode of Life is Dynamic, I want to focus on the parts where there was love.
Okay.
And everything that has to do with human beings in general.
Okay.
So love, heartbreaks. Yeah. All sorts of heartbreaks.
Have I experienced?
And yeah.
Lots.
So while you I'd say what did you said when you came here, you made it was a little longer. You took it a bit to make friends and meet people, make friends compared to when you were back home, right? What was dating like?
I think initially dating was fine. I came here with a boyfriend. I should clarify that. So the other person that was in Waterloo, yeah, that was my boyfriend. Anyway, so I think initially it was fine. Like,
when you say you came here with you flew together or what?
No, as in we met in Ghana.
And then met in Ghana and then
I made a decision about where I was going, and I was like, "Are you coming?" And then he came.
You decided to come because you were coming.
Well, see, I think yes, but you have to ask him.
Beautiful. So dating was fine up until
so this was still in Nigeria, man, and as you can imagine, I'm sure you can fill in the blanks there. So dating was fine until it ran its course. I also think I was young. Like, I think looking back, there was no scenario in which a relationship at 17 was going to be successful. I think also because we started dating when my life looked a very certain way. I was very self-assured. I was very I think life was just sort of one way, and then I came here and like, wow,
life had not broken you yet.
Oh yes, and Waterloo said bet. Oh, you just wait. So I was busier. I was like more stressed. I was responsible for so much more. So my life was just like, my life was fuller, and I just had less time, and I think that shift was not compatible with like
transition was
with a
rough.
Relationship that started when I was in what was effectively secondary school. I also think he was a Nigerian man, and that's all I'm going to say there.
So why do you think that failed? Or let me say, did you try again after that?
Did I try dating after that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, I was young. I didn't there was a long break. After like a little fling, but there was a long break.
Being young.
Sorry?
We're going to attribute all the failures to being young.
No. I mean, I mean, it was long enough ago that I tried it. I tried again. Like
okay.
No. First of all, it wasn't my fault. I want that to be so clear. I'm trying to be graceful. I'm trying to give him grace, but anyway, let's move on. Yes, right. I tried again.
And how did that go?
I'm single.
Okay, beautiful. So I'd say we can assume that you had at least 2 heartbreaks. You don't want to consider the first one as a heartbreak.
Okay. I would love to be one of those people that is like, okay, well, that doesn't count. I think if it felt like heartbreak at the time, then it counts. Like, I think now looking back, I'm like, okay, that was a bit dramatic. But at the time, truly, like, I didn't date for years afterwards. Like, so yeah, it felt like heartbreak at the time. Does it compare to like the heartbreak I felt as an adult? No. I have to say that one changed my life. So
that was very dynamic.
So dynamic. That's when life was like, okay, no, there's really just some dynamics here. Yes.
So what would you say helped you during that period?
Friendship. Wow. Friendship. Therapy. For sure.
So you would advise anyone going through heartbreak now in Canada to go for therapy?
I think in general, just if you're a Nigerian, you should find your way there immediately.
Find your way there.
Obviously, I think the added dynamic of being an immigrant, I think that, I think everyone, if they can afford it, should.
But was it at least decent while it lasted?
The relationship? Oh yes. Yeah. Like I think I don't know. I think just because something didn't end well doesn't mean it wasn't good. I think we contain multitudes. So I think it also lasted a long time. I wouldn't have been there if I was not having a great time. So yeah, that's good.
So what would you say helped you like gain your confidence again? Because I see you, so I know that I know you're doing better than then. Do you need a moment?
No, I'm thinking. So it was weird. I don't know that like the issue was that I lost. Did I? Okay, maybe I kind of did. Okay, so I think I don't think the issue was that I lost confidence in myself specific. I think it was a few things. I started to doubt.
Or maybe I should ask you, how did heartbreak change you? Yeah, so maybe you didn't lose confidence. So how did
I
that
started
change
to doubt my decision making. I think because for that relationship, I mean, obviously I had relationships prior, and I was very specific about making the decision, and like I felt like I had a lot of lessons learned, and like I think in general, like when I feel like I've learned something, then I feel like I can make a similar, like I feel like I can try that thing again, knowing what I know. Like it feels like there's some safety in like knowing that I would make a different decision and like feeling comfortable doing it. So I think after the last one, I was like, okay, what would I do differently?
Right. Okay.
So then what is the lesson here? Like, and also like I was fairly certain of certain things,
right? And
those things didn't stand the test of time. So like, how does one realistically make this decision and
again
like and trust that is the right one? Like what is the thing? What am I missing? Like because I thought I had learned the lessons that I'm clearly still learning. So I think
dynamic.
I think it changed. I really struggled, and I think honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a work in progress. You're going to have to give me a thesis statement to convince me to date anytime soon. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sometimes feels kind of like a reckless decision. Like I understand why people do it, and like it kind of feels like luck in a lot of ways, and in a way that makes me very uncomfortable because then
you have no control.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, Sha.
So would you say it was difficult meeting people here, dating people here? Like, are there any like specific challenges for an immigrant like you? Okay,
well, I think if you're like me, like grew up in the country, in your parents' country, I think the biggest difference and difficulty. Well, I'm not a huge dater anyway, so like whatever. But the biggest difference really is going from being fairly close to the standard of beauty to like not. So my dating pool shrunk significantly.
Okay.
So you're almost kind of restricted to like the people that like you. And sometimes, I mean, as you can imagine. So I think it's just interesting, like knowing that if when I go back, not even just home, like when I go to other countries that have
More black
significantly more black people, I feel the difference. Like, do I like? It's not, again, men. So, but I definitely see the difference. Like, it's night and day. I just traveled to Nigeria, and wow, what a difference. I think here, I'm just reminded that white is king. For sure, and I'm so far from it, as you can imagine.
So basically you're saying that the pool is way smaller.
Way smaller. And yeah, and you're almost like, you have to take what you get sometimes, and it's like, I'd rather just not.
How about the quality of the people in there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Same problem. Okay, let's take deep breaths for that one. So, now you've been here for quite a while, 10 years yet?
11.
You've definitely grown up in a lot of ways. So now what did you think your life would be like before you boarded your plane?
Wow, I thought I'd be back in Nigeria, actually. I didn't know that I thought of moving here as like a permanent decision. I came here for school. I think my ideal scenario at the time anyway was I'll come back with a foreign degree, and so I'll make a lot of money in Nigeria. That's what I thought. So I actually, honestly, I think that only really started to change in like year 4. Actually, maybe, no. Can I say this? Yes, when Buhari became president. Anyway, moving on.
Okay. So, is that now? So obviously now that's very different from what you're doing now. And do you like what the life is right now?
Yeah, I like my life. I like my life.
So, what has your idea of success or being, a successful woman, has it changed?
Yes.
From when you left?
Yes. Very much. So it hasn't changed much in the last like maybe 6 years, but I know that coming here, 16-year-old me will be shocked that I don't have a child currently. Quite frankly, married with kids, like she would be befuddled. So I think success looked professionally pretty similar to what my life looks like right now. Sounds braggy, but anyway.
Oh, that's okay.
But I think for me, success really followed like societal expectation, and I would say that has changed significantly.
So looking back now, what's like the biggest lesson you learned?
Relax. Relax. I think I grew up feeling like I needed to control a lot of things, and quite frankly, the immigrant experience limits how much you can control, really. And there's so much I had anxiety over, and like I just felt like I had to hold on tight so I didn't sink, and like there was so much riding on me. Like my sister coming here was riding on me being successful here.
Right.
And even just in general, like I struggle with like I struggle with uncertainty. So I rob myself of like being in the moment and being present, because I'm always thinking about all the reasons why this is not what I wanted, or like now that I have the thing I want, here are many things I still have to do. And I've seen a lot this year specifically how much can just sort of happen, how much happens outside of your control. And there's a lot of good that will happen without you making it so. And so, yeah, I would relax more. I really would.
Yeah. That's good. I think one random question again, just to wrap this up, because what's your biggest purchase?
It's not even close.
As an adult.
A home. It's not even close.
A home. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
This is
having
really
me.
nice. And I love your locks. Really cute.
Thank you, new dreadhead.
It's really cute. Anyway, to see more of this, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, follow us on all our platforms.
Comments down below.
Exactly. Comment like you just heard. Comment down below. Okay, let's know what you think. Let's know who you want to see, who you want to hear from. If you want us to bring somebody back, do let us know. This is how far.